Joey Gallo's calling is to decimate baseballs.
Most of the time you don't feel it off the bat, and that's when you know you got a good one, and just run around the bases.
The task provides everlasting satisfaction and moments to cherish. Now, he goes to work again.
The home run is what I strive to do almost every at-bat, so if I do that, I'm doing my job pretty well.
Rangers baseball is presented by the new Shiner Day Quencher Session Ale. And it is another spectacular evening here in Anaheim for the final game, Rangers and Angels in this 3-game series, and of course for the last time in 2018. Welcome in again, everybody. Great to be with you tonight. I'm Dave Raymond alongside CJ Nitkowski. The Rangers hoping to salvage a win in this series here tonight. The good news for them is they're facing a guy, Andrew Heaney, against whom they have had some success.
They certainly have, and anytime you're an offense, you get a chance to go up against a starter that you beat up a little bit. That is certainly some encouraging news coming into tonight. And the Rangers against Andrew Heaney have really taken it to him, especially with the long ball. This is his last 4 starts against the Rangers. Hasn't won a game, the ERA nearly 9, but the 8 home runs allowed, as you see Adrián Beltré and others chiming in against the left-hander. Robinson Chirinos has got a couple of home runs against Heaney in his career. And so for these guys tonight, lots of confidence as they step in the box.
So hopefully the offense can continue that trend here. For the Rangers, they'll be looking for a bounce-back performance by Yohander Mendez.
Yeah, it's been a good year for Mendez. We know, of course, he got sent down earlier in the year. A little bit of a surprise when he first got back to the big leagues. He really delivered. But you look at his last start, he had a rough one. And so another opportunity to bounce back, get in the strike zone, really important, of course. Mixing those pitches for the left-hander is always key.
Well, last night, Joey Gallo did something pretty cool in the ball game. And for that, Emily Jones has him in the spotlight when we come back.
The finale of a 3-game series between the Rangers and Angels coming your way from the Big A, and this season has been about development for the Texas Rangers, especially with those young guys, and we've seen the development of Joey Gallo over the last couple of seasons. It came to fruition last night as far as the home runs are concerned. He is in our Shiner spotlight, becoming the 9th player in MLB history and just the 2nd Ranger with multiple home run seasons under the age of 25. Of course, back-to-back seasons of 40 home runs for Joey. He hit number 40 last night. He said after hitting number 39 on Sunday at home, he wanted to get 40 out of the way as quickly as possible. You could see the relief on his face when he did it. We'll see if he can tack on a few more with a few more games left in the season. The finale coming your way. Another big hitter, Mike Trout, sitting on 38. We'll see if he can get to 39 tonight. We'll have lineups and first pitch coming your way from Anaheim next.
Visit your local Texas Ford dealer during the Ford SUV season. Ford is the best in Texas. By the new Shiner Day Quencher Session Ale. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Just about ready to get going tonight. Final game in this 3-game series. Rangers and Angels. Our Southwest Airlines starting lineup for the Rangers. Jurickson Profar leading it off at first. Rougned Odor at second, bat second. Elvis Andrus will bat third. Mazara, Beltré, Gallo in the middle. Robinson Chirinos catches. Kiner Falefa at third, and Carlos Tocci in center field rounds it out. Andrew Heaney delivers high with ball 1 to get us underway tonight. Heaney, 9 wins, 10 losses, and a 4.21 ERA. That'll even things on Profar, a ball and a strike. It's his 30th start of the season. Heaney has already set career highs in wins, starts, strikeouts, innings pitched. It's been a big year for him. We count 1 and 2 on Profar.
Let's take a look at the pitch arsenal for Andrew Heaney, which is, of course, as always, brought to you by Shiner. 2-seam fastball, curveball, and changeup. It is a pretty simple 3-pitch mix. Obviously, lots of 2-seam fastballs, trying to get those ground balls. It's been a 43% ground ball rate for Andrew Heaney this season. We'll say the curveball, though, easily the best pitch of the group, just a 192 batting average against that pitch, and he's recorded 73 strikeouts on the curveball.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Profar.
Take a look at the overall season numbers for the left-hander. You mentioned it, start number 30, good innings, good strikeouts, all career highs for him. It's been a good season, especially in a year where the Angels have had such an issue keeping their pitchers healthy.
Profar down the left field line, but that ball hooking toward the pole and foul. We'll do it again. Don Heaney, even he started the season on the disabled list, and the left elbow inflammation. Missed the Angels' first 14 games of the year, but has come back and has been very good since. And this one off the handle, up over second base, and that's a base hit. Cowart timed it perfectly, but couldn't quite get up to take that one away from Profar.
Well, first of all, nice job by Jurickson Profar here in the leadoff spot to take this at bat to 7 pitches and then line this one just out of the reach of Cowart for a leadoff single. We've only seen Jurickson Profar hitting the leadoff spot 3 times coming into this one. And he was 2 for 12. The on base was just 231. We know he's had a good year. Not a lot going on in the leadoff spot for him, but it's a good leadoff at bat.
So he's aboard for Rougned Odor. Roogie, 257 average, 18 home runs. And Heaney comes up and in on him. Yesterday, Odor batted 5th and had a hit. He batted 2nd in the opener here on Monday night. Had a base hit and scored a run. It's a little tight, 2-0. And a lot of the recent longer-term trends for these Rangers hitters are not real encouraging. A lot of guys who are in sustained stretches where the numbers don't look real good. But I feel like Roogie has shown some signs here in recent days that he may be coming out of that. 2-1 the count. Roogie 5 for his last 16 in the last 5 games. And he had that 3-month stretch there, late May through late August, where he was about as good as anybody in baseball. Ground ball, third base. Ward will go to second for 1. The relay not in time. A little bobble down there at third base. It started that one slowly, and so Roogie stays out of the double play.
That's good hustle by Rougned Odor. A lot of times you hit one that hard and you kind of assume there will be a double play, but because of the bobble, as you mentioned, right there, that gave Roogie just enough time to be able to beat that out. That's all it took.
So Odor replacing Profar at first on the fielder's choice. And Elvis, great numbers against Heaney in his career, including a couple of home runs against him. And he takes on that inside corner for a strike. Heaney now 27 years old. The Oklahoman stands 6'2", 195 pounds. This is his 4th year with the Angels. Fouled up just underneath us.
So something to keep an eye on in this at-bat and really throughout the night between Elvis Andrus and Andrew Heaney. You mentioned there's been a couple of home runs, some base hits. He's hit Heaney pretty well. But you start looking in at the data, and a lot of the damage that Elvis Andrus has done against Heaney has been on pitches in, middle in. We know Elvis is very good in that area. We'll see if they try to stay away from Elvis a little bit more.
0-2. Ooh, he goes up after that one and strikes out for the 2nd out of the inning.
Let's take a look at the Angels defense, which is sponsored by Jack in the Box this evening. And in the outfield, it's going to be Justin Upton, Mike Trout, and Cole Calhoun. And in the infield for Mike Sosa's club, you got Ward, Simmons, Cowart, and Marte. And there he is, Jose Briseño doing the catching. So we were talking about that yesterday pregame. Brie is in cheese, Seño. But then I heard an Angels announcer say it wrong. Or not like that. I got totally flustered. It wasn't one of their regular guys.
Yeah.
It was somebody doing a promo or something.
This ball in the air down the left field line, but it goes foul. It's 0-1 on Mazara.
Briseño. Sen, as in send. That's right. It's a lot, man. It should be easier than this for me, my brain.
Well, I think the alternative,
Briseño,
and probably the easiest way around it, is go with Jose.
Yep.
I mean,
I'm not one to take the easy route.
No.
It's actually not true. I am. Often, but not in this case.
Odor out at first with 2 away. Mazara again over to the left side, and again we'll end up a couple of rows into the seats. We've talked a little bit about Mazara and the fact that he sits on 20 home runs at the moment, 76 RBIs for him. He's been hitless in this series, but he has had some success against Heaney. 364 career average against him. But when I talk about larger trends and bigger struggles for guys, Maz 5 hits in his last 43 at bats. And he swings and misses here. A strikeout ends the first. So the Rangers got a hit but can't do anything with it. The scoreless top of the first, and the Angels coming to bat. A quiet top of the first inning, and now Yohander Mendez will go to work against this Angels lineup. The Angels 77 and 81 for the year. They'll lead it off with Cole Calhoun. Mike Trout bats second, and then Justin Upton in the 3-hole. The DH is Shohei Ohtani, Andrelton Simmons at short, Jeffrey Marte at first base, and then the bottom of the order has Briseño, Ward, and Caleb Coward rounding things out at second base. All right, so Calhoun, 206 average. 19 homers, though, 57 RBIs. And Mendez runs that one way inside and goes off Chirinos' glove. Now that's ball 1. Mendez, 2 wins, 2 losses this year. And an ERA of 6.04. That's his 5th start of the season. 2-0.
And so far for Mendez, he's not a big strikeout guy, 6 strikeouts per 9. The walk rate has been a little bit high at 4.4 walks per 9. That's certainly something that he would like to improve on. And so something tonight against a tough lineup. It's not going to be easy. And you got Cole Calhoun, even though he's been struggling a little bit, and then Mike Trout, Upton, Ohtani. It's a tough middle of the lineup.
2-1 the count on Calhoun. We'll be kind of referencing it with some frequency during the series, but he is in the middle of a really tough struggle. 3 hits in his last 50 at bats. Swing and a miss. Evens things up at 2-2.
So as much as I talked about this lineup, and it's a tough one, the Angels overall have really struggled against left-hander pitching. Look at this, 224. That is the absolute worst in Major League Baseball. So from that standpoint, as far as how they have done, now the righties in that lineup are going to be tough, no two ways about it. Upton and Trout. So it is really important that Mendez takes care of the lefties in the lineup this evening.
Well, it's a full count now on Calhoun.
It's kind of surprising, and we'll talk about him when he gets up here. But Upton, as you look at the numbers, has really struggled against left-handers. That's something to keep an eye on as far as which righties can you go after a little bit more aggressively than others.
Well, this ball left up. Calhoun smashes it out to center field. Tochi is back, might have room, and he does. And that is a long, loud out for Yohander Mendez. He'll take it.
Take a look at the pitch arsenal for Mendez, what he's used so far this season, which is brought to you by Shiner 4-seam fastball, changeup, the 2-seam fastball, and the slider. You see them all there, the usage. The curveball you'll see once in a while, not very often from the left-hander. The 4-seam fastball, though, has been pretty good, just a 250 batting average against, and for a fastball, you'll take that, especially one that's been averaging 92 miles an hour. You just get casual fly balls like that to Carlos Tocci. Yeah, it's no big deal. My back might be against the wall, maybe not. You can never tell by the body language. I feel like he probably never panics about anything ever, based on the way that he tracks fly balls. I think I thought that might have had a chance to get out of here. It certainly was close off the bat. It was loud. Tocci just like whistling as he's chasing the ball. I got it.
No, he does. He always looks pretty relaxed. And that one definitely, I mean, that was touched.
It was right up against the wall, wasn't it? Pretty much as he caught it.
3 balls and a strike now on Mike Trout. Dangerous right-handed hitter. 38 home runs this year for Trout. Mendez, this one fouled back out of play. It's a full count. That's upstairs, ball 4. So, a walk to Trout. Angels have a base run.
Let's take a look at the Rangers defense this evening, which is delivered to you by Chicken Express, Joey Gallo, Carlos Tocci, and Nomar Mazara in the outfield this evening. And in that infield, it's Isaiah Kiner-Falefa getting a start at third, Elvis Andrews, Rougned Odor, Jurickson Profar, and Robinson Chirinos doing the catching tonight with Mendez.
So Upton at the plate. Another dangerous right-handed hitter. And he takes very high for a ball. Boy, Yohander Mendez kind of been all over the place here in these first few at-bats. And the misses, majority of them anyway, not even close.
And they've been up in the zone too, which sometimes can be an indicator of 1, overthrowing, or 2, maybe getting out front a little bit, not balancing yourself the way that you'd like to be in your delivery. And you see him missing way outside there, trying to feel for it a little bit. Could be some first inning jitters, going a little bit too quickly for Mendez. And this is where the limit on the mound visits comes into play. I think this situation right here, 2-0 count, Robinson Chirinos might have otherwise ran out there real quick just to kind of slow him down. But now you got to be a little bit more selective.
2-1 the count on Upton. We're talking about lefty-righty splits for some of these Angels, and interesting, Upton, the numbers against left-handed pitching that leave you scratching your head a little bit.
Well, I think that swing that you just saw right there gives you an indicator how much he can pull off that pitch. Right, that's a 2-0 changeup in that spot, and away has been a little bit of an issue against lefty. So is up in the zone. Surprisingly, Justin Upton really has struggled against the left-handed fastball this year. Just a 214 average overall. He's hitting, what, 190 against lefties coming into this one. He's also struggled on all the off-speed pitches. And I think that swing on that changeup is a good indicator. How about this? 167 against the left-handed curveball, 188 against the left-handed slider, 077 this year against the left-handed cutter, and 207 against the changeup. I mean, all the off-speed pitches have been a real issue. So that tells me he's pulling off the ball a little bit, getting big with the swing. But you can also elevate the fastball.
2-2 pitch. Did he hold up? I don't think he did. Rung up with strike 3, and there are 2 gone.
And there's the slider. Perfect example of the struggles on the off-speed pitches here from Justin Upton. Take a look at the pitch here for Mendez. Look at the location where Robinson Chirinos was set up. That's a great pitch. That is a strike the entire way until it just falls out of the zone. And Justin Upton just having a difficult time picking up that slider from Mendez. Good pitch.
So Yohander now works to Shohei Ohtani. And he backs away from what is called ball one. That one looked pretty decent. Down low in the zone. Ohtani, great numbers overall this year in his rookie season. And the numbers a little bit better even against the Rangers. He has done some damage in our head-to-head matchups.
Wow.
Tied up here 1-1.
That is amazing that he just swung at that pitch. Not only was that never a strike, I mean, I don't know if that was ever within a foot of the strike zone.
Almost hitting.
That's incredible. Look at that on the Fox tracks. That's, wow. Get a little data on that. Left on left, farthest pitch away from home plate swung at this year. That might be it.
1-1.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there's another one. Strike two.
And here's the thing: is Ohtani is good in. We've talked about this. We've highlighted, especially against lefties. Fastball's middle in, hitting 456, up and in, 500, 5 for 10. He likes the ball in, but not that far in. Nobody's getting to that one.
John with the lead, the 1-2 pitch, and that one fouled away.
But isn't that interesting to see how they keep going in there? They know that if they leave it in or third on the plate, it can be dangerous. But they also know they can get him in off the plate. And obviously he will chase in off the plate, which is very uncommon. It doesn't happen too often where you'll say, this guy chases in off the plate. It's usually off the plate away that you get the chases. He's a different kind of hitter.
Long set. And a swing and a miss. Strikes out Upton, strikes out Ohtani. And Yohander Mendez, nicely done, puts up a goose egg.
Yeah, perfectly played. Work around Trout, go after the other guys, and make sure you locate the off speed. And he certainly does right there.
Carlos, first inning. And now Adrián Beltré to start things off here in the second for the Rangers. Andrew Heaney got a couple of strikeouts in the first inning. And he comes right in there. First strike one to Beltré. Adrian took the game off on Monday. Yesterday, back in the lineup, in there again today. And you can see today, there was no way he was going to miss today's game. Now with the numbers he's put up against Heaney. Great power against him. 7 for 14 against him. And he hammers this ball to center field. Trout going back, he'll look up, and there it goes. Adrián Beltré with his 15th home run of the year. And there was no question when that left his bat.
This is just so fun to watch from Adrián Beltré, who, as you mentioned, has had his way with Andrew Heaney. Check out this pitch. They miss up and away previous pitch, and this one misses right over the heart of the plate, top half of the zone. And Adrian is all over it, a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. And a no-doubter from Adrián Beltré. It really is amazing. 3 home runs in his career, now 4 off of Andrew Heaney. They've all been on fastballs. And I know he throws a lot. We showed you the pitch usage. But once the guy's already got 3 home runs off of me, what'd you say, 7 for 14 coming in tonight?
7 for 14.
With 3 homers now make it 8 for 15 with 4 home runs. Like, those are the kind of numbers that just make you start thinking about your approach to that certain guy. Maybe I'll make some stuff up. Drop the arm angle down, do something, throw a pitch you don't have.
Throw a knuckleball.
And for Andrew Heaney, this is a guy that's probably like, yeah, you should retire. It's a good time. You need to go ahead and shut it down. We don't need to see you anymore. Thank you very much. Amazing.
Well, a big home run for Adrián Beltré. He's continued to amass the numbers, and that RBI now tied Frank Thomas, 21st on the all-time list. 1,704 RBIs in his career. And there's a strike to Gallo. It's a full count.
So it's 4 out of the last 5 hits have been homers against Andrew Heaney.
(3-2). And that one into the mitt. Foul tip by Gallo and a strikeout for the first out of the inning. Gallo just kind of shaking his head as he heads back. Well, Adrián Beltré, we enjoyed it on the homestand. He gave the fans back home over the weekend a chance to, you know, get one last good look, and then was taken off the field mid-game on Sunday for a chance for a standing ovation from the home crowd. He still has not said whether or not he is officially retiring or might attempt coming back again next season. He's playing at such a high level this September. It has all of us sort of wondering, would he maybe consider it? Makes his offseason home right here in LA. And I know he had in his mind to make sure that he played in these games and play well in these games. So great to see him get that home run here tonight. It's given the Rangers the 1-0 lead.
439 feet on that homer, man. That is a bomb.
Two-strike pitch to Chirinos, and he goes down swinging. That's 4 strikeouts for Heaney. Well, next year we've already set the schedule, and the final season at Globe Life Park, the final opening day, will be the Chicago Cubs. You become a 2019 season ticket holder today. You guarantee your opening day tickets. Full and half season ticket plans are available now. Check it all out, TexasRangers.com/seasons.
So will they be the defending National League Central Chicago Cubs, or will they be the 2018 National League Wild Card Chicago Cubs?
This one lined out to right field, and that is a base hit for Kiner Falefa. That is a great question.
Place your bets. Take a look at this base hit by Isaiah Kiner Falefa. This is what he has done so well this season. You see him stay inside this high fastball, drive it the other way. Nice job of putting the ball in play. Uses the whole field really well. It's been one of the most impressive parts of what Isaiah has done this year, to go along with the great defense. Playing third base tonight, he's done a nice job behind the plate. But that part of his game, short to the ball, is a really nice compliment to the rest of this Ranger lineup.
This one a little bit tight. Carlos Tocci.
So they are currently tied for first place. I say currently, like up to the minute tied, because the Brewers had already won. Now Cubs are up 6-2. They're probably going to win their game. That one's in the 8th, so they'll have a half a game lead over the Brewers, but this one is not done yet.
It's a strike to Tocci, and the Cubs will have one more against the Pirates tomorrow night. Pirates took the first 2 of that series.
They're playing a huge game against the Pirates with 4 games to go. Yeah, because that, I'm sure the Brewers are probably off. That's where the half a game will get made up one way or the other.
And then the Cubs finished the year at home against the Cardinals. Tocci out over second base, and that one drops in, base hit. Kiner Falefa with a good hustle to third base. And the Rangers have him on the corners here with a couple of 2-out singles.
Good job by Carlos Tocci to put this ball in play. We have seen him do this well as well. We know he's not a big power bat, certainly not, but the idea of contact the other way, really important for Carlos Tocci, who has been swinging a really good bat here as of late. The numbers have been pretty good for Tocci. And for the second time tonight, Trevor Cowart has a baseball that is just out of his reach. Remember, Jurickson Profar had that base hit to lead this game off that tipped off his glove. And Tocci was now 12 for his last 29, I believe.
Yeah, he's, you know, that's the thing. He's produced in, again, somewhat sporadic opportunity. So a couple of base runners for Profar, and he'll shank that one over to the right side out of play. So the Brewers swept the Cardinals. And the Brewers now return home. They will have tomorrow off and wrap up the season with 3 against the Detroit Tigers.
So on paper, certainly does favor the Brewers. They need, in a big way, for the Pirates to win tomorrow. That could be huge.
Make a huge difference. Strike pitch, and Profar comes up empty. It's 0-2.
And that was the thing, right? I mean, they are looking for a favor here from the Pittsburgh Pirates, and a team that they really struggled against this year. I think that's the other part of this, right? The Pirates obviously not having a great season. But you look at their year against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and what to do? They could have just taken care of business just a little bit more. They were 7-12 against them this year.
Foul back. Those are those things that you find yourself reflecting on in October or November sometimes when you're on those teams, and you're like, man, what happened? Why couldn't we just take care of business there? It's amazing how certain matchups just don't seem to follow suit. You cite them every year.
And it may happen these last 3 games, right? The Brewers get the Tigers. You feel like they're about done, mentally ready to
for sure
hit the offseason. The Cardinals are not.
Kiner-Falefa at third. Tochi at first base here with 2 out. Pitch to Profar, very high. 1-2. Here's Isaiah, the Hawaiian hustle, who we learned today really does enjoy Hawaiian pizza. And there is Carlos Tochi over at first.
But it's not as simple as, well, he grew up on Hawaiian pizza.
Never had it in Hawaii. I thought that was interesting. Didn't have it until he got stateside, until he got here onto the mainland. And then discovered, he said, I really like it. And he said he liked it because, he's like some of the comforts of home, a little pineapple. And he's like, yeah, I definitely dig it. I like Hawaiian pizza.
But it's not a delicacy of Hawaii.
No.
Necessarily.
No, he said growing up, he was just like anybody else. Normal pizza, cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, whatever. And he also solved another kind of big mystery for us. Answered a question anyway. The 1-2 pitch, this one fouled back. And that is that the natives of Hawaii, they're not insulted per se by this notion of quote unquote Hawaiian pizza. There's a little bit of it like, what are they making fun of us?
Oh, really?
We pineapple on everything? Come on.
Speaking of pineapples, Chew outfit of the year.
Oh my goodness.
On the flight here. Wow. It's full of pineapples.
He was drinking out of a pineapple for crying out loud. There's a swing and a miss. Profar goes down on strikes. Heaney strikes out the side, but one guy he could not handle, that man. Adrián Beltré with another home run. His 15th of the year, and he has the Rangers up 1-0.
The second as they lead at 1-0. Let's take a look at this Adrián Beltré home run with StatCast AI, which is powered by AWS. You're going to get the replay first. The fastball that is up over the plate, drilled to dead center field. And here's the StatCast numbers on this. Pretty fascinating for Adrián Beltré, 106 miles an hour. That is better than his previous best this season. Distance as well. So you have your best home run of the year, late September at 39 years old, at least as far as the data goes, exit velocity and distance. And Adrián Beltré just continues to impress.
Andrelton Simmons bounces one toward third. That one knocked down by Kiner-Falefa, and he stays with it and gets the out at first. And that's another really nifty play once again by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Yep, and check that, and errors.
Oh, he dropped it. I didn't see that either. Take a look here at the replay, and you're right, this tough play. And Isaiah started coming to this ball, got it on the short hop, recovered, but then Jurickson Profar could not pick it cleanly. He had probably a little bit more time than he realized. Sometimes that panic starts to set in, and he made the throw on the run. And Jurickson, of course, doesn't play a ton of first base. We've seen Ronald Guzman just absolutely kill it with picks this year.
I was looking down at my scorebook, writing it in.
I thought he caught it cleanly.
But Never did have that one, so Hamilton Simmons aboard on the throwing error. Here is Jeffrey Marte, and he'll take outside for a ball.
To get back to your question about Adrián Beltré, we showed you the exit velocity on his home runs this year. In the StatCast era, bringing you back to 2015, the hardest home run Adrián ever hit was 109 miles per hour. That was against Mike Fiers back on August 3rd of 2015.
Kiner Falefa with another opportunity. The second one. Odor on to first. Double play. 5-4-3. Well, that's how you cover a mistake. Nicely done.
Oh, I guarantee you that Isaiah Kiner Falefa, after that play, you never feel good after an error, and you're thinking, man, hit me another one, let me turn two right here. And that is exactly what Mendez did here as he delivers his pitch down the way, gets that ground ball. Kiner Falefa fields it cleanly, and then it's an easy turn for the Rangers, who have been so good at turning double plays this year. Once again, they've continued to do that. They've been on such a nice run in that regard. It's got to feel good for Isaiah.
Now Briseño. The Angels catcher getting his first at bat of the night. 5 homers, 10 RBIs for him, and he takes the ball. They count 2-0. That one is inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Rangers with the 1-0 lead. Strike call, 3-1. Briseño had the walk-off home run back-to-back games. Sunday and then Monday in the opener here in the 11th inning, and here he takes a walk. He was aboard with 2 out. Brings up Taylor Ward. Ward hits his ball hard out to center field. Tochi going back rather calmly, makes the catch right at the wall, and the inning is over. It's all good. Man left for the Angels. We'll go to the third. 1-0 Rangers on top.
Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by the new Shiner Day Quencher Session Ale.
So here we go to the third inning. Odor, Andrus, and Mazzara coming up here for the Rangers. A 1-0 lead. Final game of this 3-game series. Rangers travel tonight off to Seattle. First pitch on the way to Odor, and he'll foul this one back for a strike. We should, fully explain the whole Chu story from an inning ago. We talked about the greatest outfit of the season. We had a themed travel day the other day, leaving Arlington after the game on Sunday, and it was like a Hawaiian day. This one lined out to right field, and Odor with a base hit. So you can wear flip-flops or some sort of Hawaiian or flowered print shirt, that kind of thing, and everybody kind of getting in the spirit. Most people anyway.
And you got the lay, which
everybody got a lay. That's
like
right.
The Love Boat.
Yeah, it was great.
Getting on board.
It was great, and it was all fun and games until Chu got on, and he was like the last one to get on when he was wearing a matching top and bottom, like a child's PJs.
Yep.
Really.
Yeah.
Except it was an adult.
Adult size.
And it was all white with pineapples and stuff on it.
Something
and
you'd see at Del Boca Vista.
No doubt. No doubt. And this one fouled off.
I think Emily has a picture of it on. Didn't she tweet it out?
I hope she did.
Or Instagram, I believe she did. But it's quite the outfit.
But then he accessorized.
He did. He took it to another level. Those glasses, which were not in the picture, were unbelievable. The glasses that he had were pretty special.
huge sunglasses with little pineapples on the frames.
And forgive me for getting my 70s and 80s television shows confused. Fantasy Island was the one I was thinking about, not the Love Boat when you get off the plane and you get the leg.
Well, that is true. That it would technically be Fantasy Island, but I could see a Love Boat episode where people would.
It was Fantasy Island.
But yes, you're right. And then it was the actual pineapple that he cut out and filled with a drink.
That was a real pineapple?
That was a real pineapple.
Oh, I thought it was like a pineapple cup.
And he filled it with a beverage.
Wow.
And got on the plane to the hilarity.
Nothing halfway.
No?
It should.
Number Senor okay after that foul tip. Let's take another look at it.
Yeah, that catch part of his arm. It looked like it might have went arm and then chest protector. It was on his bicep. Couldn't have felt very good. I like him though, as much as we've seen him here a little bit, and we've talked about, and I've asked Mike Scioscia about that. Is this a competition right now? They had complete turnover with their catchers. Rene Rivera, Martin Maldonado were the catchers to start. Don Wakamatsu. Well, either way, those guys are now gone. Rene Rivera is in Atlanta. Maldonado with the Astros. What do you think the question was there?
I'm wondering, in a total speculation, if it had anything to do with a potential mound visit charge. Maybe there should be a mound visit charge. But when there's an injury or any medical attention to a player, it never counts. This one fouled over the right side, out of play by Andrews. 0-2 the count. I can't think of what else would have been of issue there. Heaney with 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. And his 0-2. Andrews bounces it back to the mound. Heaney will go to second, 1. And the relay in time. Wow, Simmons showing up that arm. And that's a 1-6-3 double play.
I wonder if the Rangers want to take a look at this. I thought the bad throw gave Elvis a little bit more time to potentially beat this out. Don Wakamatsu has the hold sign up right now, and would like to take the time necessary allowed. Let's see it here. Andrew Heaney keeps the feet moving, but look at the throw. The recovery from Anderson Simmons. We know he's got a great arm. The Rangers are not going to challenge this, but you're going to get a really nice look at it right here. Ooh, that was close, but yeah, probably just got him.
So 2 gone. And here is Mazzara. Delivers that one low. Now, Mazzara is our tonight's selection for our TXU Energy Power player to watch. When he has hit home runs this year, they have gone a long way. 417 feet, the average home run distance this year for Nomar, and that's 4th longest in baseball. 16 of his 20 home runs have exceeded 400 feet. And he rolls this one up the middle. That's a base hit. Nomar singles with 2 out here. Time for a Chevy game break. Let's check in with John Radigan. All right, getting interesting.
It certainly is. Right now, the Yankees actually just scored another run, so it's 8-4 with the bases loaded and 1 out. And the A's are playing the Seattle Mariners. They're tied at 2. Felix Hernandez starting that game. So yeah, there's still some really good playoff baseball to watch here just a few days ago, or at least games that have implications on seedings. Can you imagine if the Oakland A's find a way to get home field advantage? There will be absolute panic in the Big Apple.
I can't believe how much panic or near panic already exists in the Big Apple. 97 wins coming into play today.
It's good for second place. That's the way they look at it. And it's not even close. That's the crazy thing.
Beltré lifts this one high in the air. Out to short right field. Calhoun in position, and that will end the inning. Rangers get a couple of hits, but nothing of it. We played 2.5. It's 1-0 Texas.
Sponsored by GMC. Visit your local GMC dealer today.
1-0, the early going here. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Angels will send their 9th place hitter, Caleb Coward, back up top for Calhoun and Mike Trout. Hunter Mendez, a couple of strikeouts so far, a couple of walks allowed. He has not yet surrendered a hit, as this one bounced towards shortstop. Andrews with a charge, throws on the run, and he gets Coward for out number 1. Well, you can take your Rangers fandom to the next level by owning a piece of the game. See how you can buy anything from game-used baseballs and bases to autographed memorabilia. Check it all out, TexasRangers.com/authentics. All right, so here is Calhoun. Flying out in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. He takes a little bit in for a ball. We mentioned earlier how it's been a tough stretch for him the last 13 games, just 3 hits. He started the year in a terrible, terrible slump. 50 games. He had 1 homer and 11 RBIs, very much unlike the production you're accustomed to seeing from Cole Calhoun. He was hitting 145. That was at the end of May. He went to the disabled list, and when he returned in mid-June, he went on a 70-game stretch where he hit 276 with 17 home runs and 45 RBIs, and suddenly was back to his old ways. He had a 360 on base. He was looking like the old Caleb Coward, or rather Cole Calhoun, and maybe just a little bit better. But then again, now he's taken that turn for the worse.
It's been one of those strange years for Cole Calhoun. Frustrating mentally, without a doubt. Thought that he had it figured out, made the corrections that he had to. And we know, listen, this game will drive you crazy mentally, and there's going to be streaks, but these have been pretty significant ups and downs for him this year. It seems like it's been all or nothing during those stretches, and this is a guy that they obviously like. They gave him a long-term contract, or say long-term, 3-year deal with an option that takes him through next year. The option is for 2020. So if he was feeling any pressure next year, he might be feeling a little bit more next season.
He lifts this one out into left field, and Gallo takes care of it. 2 away. Bring up Mike Trout. We've seen some deep fly balls today, but they've all gone for outs. Here is Trout. And he is, well, we take a look at our WinStar World Casino and Resort leaderboard. He is the leader in baseball this year with a 990 OPS. That's on-base percentage plus slugging. That's right. Career.
And that's not even
OPS.
close. I mean, look at the numbers there as far as Joey Votto, who's a great hitter, how far away he is.
Foul down the right side, out of play.
Talked a lot about the best way to pitch him. Right now, 2 outs, nobody on. Just first of all, you see pretty heavy shift on the left side of the infield. We're going to doors on the shortstop side of second base. But it doesn't matter, lefty or righty. The one area where you can get to Mike Trout is up across the zone. He has struggled on high fastballs. I say struggled, and his version of struggling. Good changeup from Mendez. Now this is Mike Trout. All pitches, all pitchers this year batting average. You see the numbers down across the middle, but up is where you try to go to get him out. I feel like we've seen more swings and misses from him in this series than we're accustomed to seeing. Well, he's a bit tied up, looking a little uncomfortable at times.
2-2. Yeah, that's a beauty. Strike 3 called, and it's a 1-2-3 for Yohander Mendez. 3 complete. The Rangers lead 1-0.
That's a great job. You get to 2 strikes, you elevate against Mike Trout. He cannot pull the trigger here against the Mendez fastball, and he knew it right away.
Session Ale. We're off to the 4th inning here tonight. Rangers with a 1-0 lead. And Joey Gallo with a healthy rip at strike 1 to get us started. Gallo struck out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. You see there at the bottom of the screen there, the .210 average and 40 home runs. Back-to-back 40 home run campaigns for Joey. It's fun to see him this afternoon and see the smile on his face when we're able to talk to him briefly about getting number 40 and doing it for a 2nd time. Takes in the dirt, 1 and 2. And you've said it more than once, CJ, but how we like round numbers in this game, and we do as fans, and the players do as well. That was meaningful to him.
Yeah, and I said, hey, by the way, we're kind of looking for 50 at some point. Not saying this year, probably not enough time.
Probably not.
He received that pretty well. I was a little hesitant. Sometimes guys will just look at you like, shut up, clown. You know what I mean? Like he'd say something like that, but he's like, yeah, I'd love to be able to do it one day. He was cool about it, and he was really happy today. It's just one of those guys that's easy to root. He's easy to root for. You're happy for him. It means something. It's significant. The battles that he has, he's very well aware he deserves to really enjoy the moment in the season. And he's done a good job. And remember, too, they've moved him around a lot defensively. And we know Jurickson Profar's done it, handled it well, had a nice year offensively. Joey Gallo learning essentially 2 new positions, center field and right field for him. It's been a good season. He'll have a little bit of a harder time trying to get Andrew Heaney. Heaney has not allowed a home run to a lefty since 2016.
Trinos fouls one away, the count 0-2. Can we go back to those numbers yet? Look at Gallo by position. 84 games in left field. He's played a lot of first base this year, 35 times. Played both corner outfield spots quite a bit. Last year, it was third base. He played 72 games at third base. And each year, it was funny, the question was posed today to Don Wakamatsu with some of these guys like Gallo. Would there be some benefit to maybe some of these guys knowing where they would be playing primarily next season? I think it's a fair question. Trino strikes out Stern, 2 away. And he lauded the flexibility of these guys. And I thought, well, let's not even entertain that. Every year we talk about that with Joey. Well, this year, we want to leave him at first base. Now this time, he's just going to play left field, and that's all we're going to ask of him. And every year, he gets thrown all over the diamond because he is athletic enough to handle it. And all he does is hit 40 home runs and play all those spots for you. And he provides extraordinary value in his ability, not just to do what he does offensively, but then to give you that defensive flexibility. So I don't know if there is a point right now to saying that Joey Gallo could or should be one specific position going into next year, or even a handful of these guys.
Well, I think as much as you wish that were the case, and that was a conversation in baseball that would happen often, players would say, yeah, it feels really good to know which position I'll be playing, where I'll be hitting in the order, with little variation throughout the year. And they would still like that, I'm sure, but I think they're backing off of how much they really want it because they understand. I shouldn't say want it, but how much that they know they just kind of got to go with it. That's for a lot of guys, not just on even this team, but around the league, and they get it more and more. And to get to that position where you're an Adrián Beltré type, or maybe that's even a little too strong, Elvis Andrus, Rougned Odor, you got to put up those big seasons. Certainly Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, happy to be in the big leagues. Where do you want me to play? But at some point, the idea of getting established and being in one spot is certainly desirable. But today's player, the modern player, just has to be open to the multiple positions.
Right off the end of the bat here for Tochi. And that makes for an easy play for Andrew Heaney. In the inning is done. Rangers leave another man. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-0.
Bit of transportation. We remind you to click it or ticket, day and night.
Now 1-0. Rangers on top. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. MLB at bat. Get your #1 Rangers app. Customize your experience and take advantage of so many great features. Maybe the best, the MLB.TV Game of the Day. Download MLB at Bat today. All right, Upton will lead things off here for the Angels. And he takes strike 1 from Yohander Mendez. It'll be Upton, Ohtani, and Andrelton Simmons.
So we talk a lot about how important it is to get ahead of hitters, right? We quote that stat. Well, you see that Mendez is throwing the ball pretty well so far here tonight. However, he's only thrown 3 of 11 first pitch strikes.
Yeah. Tonight, he gets the other cliche, right? The effectively wild.
Yep. I would agree with that.
Upton puts this ball hard out to left field. And Gallo will have to take it off the base of the fence. Tough play for him. Upton heads to second. And he's in there with a leadoff double.
Well, we mentioned with Upton how he has struggled against off-speed pitches, and we saw Mendez do a nice job of striking him out in his last at-bat. However, this one stayed a little bit over the middle of the plate. It was a slider that didn't have as much movement as the strikeout slider had, and Justin Upton was ready for it.
Here is Ohtani now. Well, the first hit by the Angels this evening. Also the first time they've had a man out there as far as second base. And Ohtani rips this one down the right side just fine. I was just about to say, but I'm looking forward to seeing this second at bat between these two.
Yeah.
And seeing how Yohander goes after him.
Well, he's trying to go away, let the ball middle in. Now it ended up being foul. It's funny, you know, we watch the hitters a lot because we can't see everything all the time from here. We go off their body language, and I thought this was going to be well fouled. It kind of was, but Ohtani was out of the box as if that had a legitimate chance.
Yeah.
To be fair, he duped me a little bit on that one. But you're right. I think it is a good at bat. These are all fun at bats to watch. But how he pitched him earlier, right in off the plate. Now you try to sweep him away a little bit. You can't just throw that get me over breaking ball though. He can get to that one.
This one smashed by first and down into the right field corner. Picked up by Mazzara. It'll get up into the plate. Ties the game at 1 on the hard hit single by Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani's 58th RBI.
That is exactly what I was just talking about. He fouled the first slider that hung in the middle of the plate. Watch this one. Watch the glove. Trying to go down and away. It came back and sat over the middle of the plate. And for Shohei Ohtani, he is able to square those pitches up against lefties, and he does. Even though he kept it on the ground, that's a hard hit single to right field. So not a lot of margin for error on the off-speed pitches. That's 2 now, right? We saw the slider to Upton. That wasn't quite the same that we had seen earlier in this game for Mendez, and then that slider to Shohei Ohtani that didn't have the same bite or location.
So a double and a single will start the 4th. Andrelton Simmons reached on the error in the 2nd inning. That's upstairs, 2-0.
It's like Mendez might be getting under that fastball a little bit. You see those ones that are flat end up finishing up and away. He's pushing those, and we've seen him tonight with the fastball, trying to find that consistent command and not just strikes.
It's 2-0 pitch. Bouncer, third base. Kiner Falefa to second. Odor on to first. 2 double play. And another 5-4-3 twin killing second of the night for the Rangers.
And another really good pitch from Mendez to Andrelton Simmons to get him to hit that ground ball to the left side. And even though I mentioned there's been some issues even within the zone with the command, when Mendez comes back and makes his pitches, these are the results that he can get in some big spots. And another really nice turn here for the Rangers, an easy one. That was a nice job by Mendez, right? You said that effectively wild, and I mentioned it looked like he was getting a little under that fastball, and he comes back and he does a great job of putting a changeup in a 2-0 count in a perfect location down and away.
Bounces off the plate.
And that's really taking advantage too of understanding your hitter, right? Obviously, Robinson Chirinos is going to do a really nice job of calling the game. He does his homework as much as anybody, but you've got a very aggressive hitter in Simmons. You're behind in the count 2-0. You know he's already getting anxious because it's pitch number 3. He's averaging, it feels like, about 1.5 pitches per at bat. That's an exaggeration. And then you throw a good changeup down and away, get him aggressive, and he hits you the ground ball. It's great execution all the way around.
You know, Marte hit into the double play back in the second inning. Just a .214 average this year for Marte. He's taken all the way right there. It's 3-1. All 4, so Marte draws the walk this time. Well, gives us a moment anyway to hear from the folks over at Southwest Kia.
At Southwest Kia, we've made car buying easy. $250 down delivers, monthly payments $250 a month or less. SouthwestKia.com.
Mendez deals with another base runner. He's walked 3 today. He's also been hurt by an error. So he's had to pitch around a little bit of traffic in his first 4 innings.
For the most part, he's made pitches when he's had to make them, taking advantage of it. Very aggressive hitter right there with the high fastball, but an even 50% strikes. So fortunate. So certainly lower than he would want to be. On the flip side, Andrew Heaney, by the way, 73% strikes, which is about 10% above league average.
One strike offering. Lucenio takes low. 1-1. This is game number 158 for the Rangers. They have 4 left on the regular season schedule. All 4 will be in Seattle beginning tomorrow night. Takes off the plate.
Oh no.
2-1.
The Pirates have scored 4 runs in the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th, and that game is tied. 6-6.
I'm a big fan of chaos.
The Yankees, by the way, lost 8-7. They made it close.
And it's 3-1.
Now we're seeing that fastball cut a little bit, right? So what is happening here with Mendez is he's trying to find that consistent release point arm angle with the fastball. It hasn't been there. There's been some that have been flat that have stayed up in the zone. There's been a couple of times where he's tried to go into the righties where the ball's cutting a little bit more than he's probably expecting it to. So he's just struggling here a little bit to find consistency with that heater.
This one popped up back behind home plate. Three and 2. Tap all the way back to us. That was a playable type of foul ball.
It's a tough one, high.
For us, on
yeah.
not for those cats.
That's a tough angle to get into the booth here, though. If it were to come in, it'd probably do some screen damage.
It would, unless one of us bravely caught it with our bare hands.
Well, no, that would be you.
Ground ball third. That one a shot. Handled by Kiner Falefa. And he throws out Briseño, and the inning is done. But the Angels get the run back. And now we go to the 5th inning, tied at 1. Jurickson Profar will lead it off when we return.
One here at the Big A. Jurickson Profar up to bat for Texas, and we saw the big 40th home run from Joey Gallo last season. Jurickson Profar, meantime, sitting on 19, and it seems that baseball players like those round numbers. I talked to Jurickson about it yesterday, whether or not that was something that was important to him, something that he thought about. He said absolutely not. He said, I've not thought about it one bit. all I'm trying to do is play. That's all I want to do is play. That's the only goal I set for myself this season, was to play and play as much as I possibly could. So in that case, for Jurickson Profar, mission accomplished. But I think 20 home runs would probably be a bonus on that.
Yeah, good for him for kind of taking that attitude. And we'll assume that he is being honest. Sometimes players, well, no, I'm not thinking about it at all, which is the right thing to say. And listen, 19 home runs when you wear number 19, that's kind of cool too. Another way to look at it. But yeah, you like to have the round numbers because you want to look at a 20 home run season.
Well, here we go.
Ask.
That one on the rocks.
Shall we see? I'm going to say that he knew. And it's like, all right, Emily Jones. Yeah, I know. And here you go. Just a guess.
Well, there it is, number 20 for Jurickson Profar. The Rangers lead 2-1. On cue.
Look at that smile. That's the smile of a liar right there. Jurickson Profar gets a pitch down the middle. Look at that. I mean, talk about splitting the plate and all over this. And the great season for Jurickson Profar. Really a kind of coming out season. I know he's been in big leagues already, but the idea of getting that playing time and getting it done, hitting it right into that camera well in dead center. It's a nice job by Jurickson Profar.
Great noise. Just did he get a souvenir? Our
Wow.
cameraman out in center field.
Take a look at, they got Jerks in there a little bit.
Hey, Noise, did you get that one? Where is it? Oh, hit him on the shoulder. I'm sorry. So it wasn't as much fun as his beard from here. I got a souvenir, a bruised shoulder.
Where's the ball now? That's the big question. That man may want it. Jurickson Profar. At the same time, if that's me and I got hit in the shoulder with it, you're not getting the ball back. It's coming home with me.
This one hit out to center field again. Well struck. Trout goes back and he pulls it in. Gord, deep fly ball out, one away. Well, so now Profar won't have to. Yeah,
Tired of answering
deal
those
with
questions.
whether or not he wanted 20. He got him. He's going to have to deal with it now. This team is blessed, by the way, as a bouncer third base. And Ward.
I heard a little bit, I think, for Elvis.
Elvis only got about halfway down the line and not at very good speed.
That bat
Ward throws him out.
might have hit him in the back of the head. I'm not sure. Or the back of the neck. It was in 3 pieces. He had a piece in each hand, I think, when this was done. Let's take a look at the replay. That's exactly what happened. Look at this bat absolutely get shredded. It broke, and then the handle split in half. Wow. Let's just come back around, hit him in the back of the helmet. My goodness.
Wicker just does not seem to be the right wood for these things. That was. I've never seen that.
Nope.
I've seen a lot of breaks and a lot of people at risk because of the breaks. I've never seen the hitter himself at that kind of risk. Zara takes one down the middle.
Replay. Get your own replay right back in the dugout. Always a little bit scary. Always seems to be okay. I'm sure that probably scared him. At first, you're not even exactly sure, you know, what happened, right? I mean, you get hit in the back of the head by the barrel. That's probably never happened to him. We've never seen it. It probably scares you for a moment.
I would say that as much as anything, right? Maybe more so than the pain, although it appears that there was plenty of that to go around as well. One and 2 to count. The thing is, you know, if you can set yourself up for a little impact, whatever it may be, right? If the pitch is right in on you, if somebody's running at you, if you see something coming, but you would never expect to be hit in the back of the head in that moment.
No.
And when you're not bracing for a little impact, that's when you can get hurt and be a little vulnerable.
3 solid pieces that bat broke into.
A swing and a miss, and Azara chases strike 3. The inning is done. But the Rangers get back in front. Well, Jurickson Profar maybe wasn't looking for number 20. He got it anyway. And the Rangers lead it 2-1. 2-1, Rangers on top thanks to the Profar homer. Halfway there tonight as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Taylor Ward will start things off here by taking one a little low. Ward, Caleb Coward, and then back to Cole Calhoun again. 2 runs on 7 hits for the Rangers, both runs coming on solo homers. Angels with a run on 2 hits so far tonight. They have not had a whole lot going on against Yohander Mendez. A little bit in, it's 3-0. One thing they have done well, though, is they have worked ahead in the count. Yohander not throwing a high ratio of strikes. Strike 1.
He's found a way to make it work, as we mentioned. It's one of those things where, as the game goes on, you either figure it out, make the adjustment, get back in the zone, or it catches up with you. So for Mendez right now, trying to get those pitches.
3-1 pitch delivered deep out to left field, and that one is over the fence. Taylor Ward's 4th home run of the year, and he has tied this game at 2.
As I mentioned, one thing or the other was going to happen, and Mendez was either going to get in the zone a little bit more, hit his spots, or he was going to make a mistake that could cost him, and he falls behind in the count. And look at this fastball as it sits pretty much right down the middle. And not only was it down the middle, but it's in a fastball count, so it allows the hitter in that situation to go ahead and get big with the swing. That's exactly what happens in that spot with Ward. Not a guy known for his power, but he can take a bigger swing in that spot well ahead in the count.
High fly center field. And handled out there by Kochi. On the way. Time for a Chevy game break. Let's check in with John Radigan. Yeah, thanks, John. I heard the Phillies struck out 9 times in the first 3 innings, and doesn't look like it's gotten a whole lot better.
So wasn't it JD, Jim DeShays? Doesn't he have the record for most strikeouts to start a game?
Most consecutive strikeouts to start a game. So the 9 strikeouts but in the 3 innings for Philly, it could have been a walk.
Well, did Rad said he struck out the first 8?
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah, what did JD have? Do you remember?
First 8.
He struck it. I wonder if he tied that record then. I mean, Johnny Rad's 100% is right. Never even questioned his information. But I couldn't remember what the Jim DeShays record was.
Well, because DeShays did it against the Dodgers, and Tommy Lasorda pinch hit for his pitcher in the 3rd inning. After DeShays had struck out the first 8 hitters of the ball game, Lasorda, it was not going to happen on his watch. I'm bringing in a pinch hitter in the 3rd.
Who, what, grounded out?
Probably. 1-2 the count. 2-2 our score. That's one of my favorite stories. There are a lot of good Jim DeShays stories for a guy who was a decent pitcher in the 80s.
Nice career.
A couple of pretty nice years.
That does tie the record. By the way, it's all official. Johnny Rads was right.
2-2 the count.
Oh, I forgot Jacob deGrom did it in 2014.
Did not know that.
I'll pretend I did, but I just read it.
Never forget it. 2-2 pitch. And this one a little bit in, full count. So Jim DeShays told me a story once as a pitcher that as we, Southwest Airlines bullpen live look, Connor Sadzik getting ready out there. But he hit a ground ball to the 3rd base side, and as he was running down to first, the 3rd baseman Terry Pendleton had fielded the ground ball and tagged him on the back. Caught him.
Come on.
Yes.
Like it wasn't to 3rd base.
It was in that direction.
Wow.
Pendleton coming in, grabbed it, and then ran him down.
All right.
On his way to first.
It's a dirty play by Terry Pendleton. It was unnecessary.
All right, here comes down to Wakamatsu, and he will call for a pitching change here. So our who's in, who's out pitching change, sponsored by In-N-Out Burger. We know who's out, and that is Yohander Mendez. And who's in? Connor Sadzik. We'll be back in a minute. I invite you to entertain some guests at Globe Life Park with a night of hospitality in a suite. Suite rentals include parking passes, a suite attendant, concierge service, and recognition on the center field video board. Check it all out, TexasRangers.com/suites, and get a deposit in for a suite rental in 2019. Connor Sadzik on in relief.
The big right-hander's done a good job so far. Has not allowed a run. Walks a little bit high, but 5 strikeouts in 7 2/3. You see the great opponent's batting average. It's the fastball, it's the curveball, and the slider that you're going to see from Sadzik, and it's a good one. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. The slider has also been good. The curveball, the off-speed pitch is really important to complement that big fastball when he's got that working. He's been pretty good. He's got quite the challenge here against Mike Trout.
So Mendez done after 4 1/3. And the pitch to Trout right in there for a strike. Mendez allowed only 3 hits. He is responsible for Calhoun at first. Calhoun, the 4th walk that Mendez allowed today. Sadzik way off the plate.
Wow, did you see the break on that pitch? I'm not overthrown that one a little bit. At 81 miles an hour, but man, that thing, look at a wiffle ball. Listen, you face Mike Trout. Heart rate's going to go up just a little bit. Now, Sadzik's already faced him a couple of times. He's 1 for 2. He walked him once in the 3 at-bats. That's something, as a young player, you're going to go through it. There's no two ways about it. The bigger the moments, the faster that heart rate is going to be. But to slow yourself down a little bit and realize that that 95% of yourself is better than that time you're trying to bring it to another level that doesn't exist. Overthrowing against a guy like Mike Trout can get you in trouble.
Just a little bit in, 2-1.
No, by the way, kind of need to finish that off a little bit for Marquez. So he struck out the first 8. They did not pinch hit for their pitcher, Nick Pivetta. He's the guy he couldn't strike out.
That's awesome.
Batting ninth, he couldn't punch him out. He would have had the record all by himself if he could have struck out Nick Pivetta, and he couldn't.
Off the plate, 3-1. So what did Pivetta do?
He was 0 for 2. I don't know exactly what he did. He was only hitting 100 this year, so not a lot. I guess I could find out for you. He's got on a throwing error by Marquez. How great is that? He hit it back to him after striking out 8 straight, and then he threw it away.
I feel like a jerk laughing about that. By the way.
No, it's fantastic. He pitched well. He's probably maybe sort of laughing about it now.
3-1 to Trout, and he fouls it away. 97 miles per hour there from Sadzik.
I just will stay right there. You saw the off-speed pitches so far that Sadzik has thrown against Mike Trout, and he's missed with them. The fastball is his best pitch by far, and if he can keep that at the top of the zone, in the zone, you don't want him to overthrow it. It's going to be your best chance at this point. We saw even Mendez, who doesn't throw nearly as hard as Connor does. High fastball up in the zone, you have a good chance to finish him off.
Ooh, up and in, ball 4, so Trout takes the walk. On 2-minute board. The Jim DeShays game back in 1986. By the way, it was almost 32 years to the day.
Oh, wow.
September 24th in 1986.
That's cool.
And the pinch hitter was Larry Lee, who came up for the Dodgers, and he popped out to second. Can you imagine the pressure? Well, it sort of picks you off the bench. Mm-hmm. And you know, Tommy wasn't being subtle about it.
Yeah. He's got to lay down a bunt, something.
For sure.
Maybe that's right back to the pitcher. He might throw it away. You never know.
Upton probably not going to bunt here. And that went very high, 96 miles per hour. That's a great reaction behind the plate by Chirinos to get up and get that.
You know, same situation here, right? Where the mound visits. This, to me, is actually one that would be worth using. You're a little bit more selective, but you've seen Connor Sadzik, and now Elvis Andrus is going to come in. I think that's a nice job by Elvis to take control of the situation. say, you know what, yeah, now's a good time. I'm going to go ahead. He certainly has the authority to do that. Let's burn a visit right here. Let's slow him down. Big moment in the game. Tie game right now here in the bottom of the 5th inning. He looked like he was spinning off a little bit. A lot of times when that fastball elevates. We mentioned Mendez was getting under some of his fastballs. That was causing them to rise. Another thing that can happen is you get out of your delivery, and it's really such a split-second thing. You spin off just a little bit too early, and that's when you see those run arm side. Right, he was the one that hit Carlos Gomez, right, in the head. Same thing, you spin off too early, and that ball stays what we call arm side and kind of sails on you a little bit. And that's certainly what happened with the previous fastball, the one that he walked Mike Trout on.
2 men out there, 1 away. After the visit, the 1-0 to Upton. And he swings and misses.
That's really nice right there at 88 miles an hour. You call it a slider, it acts like a cutter. It's 10 miles an hour nearly off the fastball. That's this thing right here. That's a good pitch. Makes the fastball look even harder whoever decides to go back to it. Nice.
1-2.
So now you go to that 3rd slider in a row. Justin Upton has not looked comfortable. You want to keep it middle away. That one's finished a little bit more in the middle of the plate, or do you go ahead and go with the fastball and see what Robinson Chirinos is thinking?
Breaking ball again.
Back to the well, no, members, multiple signs. You got to run on second base. So we're left to guess. That could be the fake. Robinson fakes us out all the time as far as where he puts his target.
1-2. And this one hooked down to 3rd base. Kind of left to the bag for 1. Over to first. What a stretch at first base by Profar to get the double play. Beautifully done. And the inning is over.
A great job by Connor Sadzik right there to come back to the slider. 3 of them in a row. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa with a nice play. The throw in the dirt, but there's Jurickson Profar doing his best Ronald Guzman imitation.
We've played 5. And as we go to the 6th, Adrián Beltré to lead things off here, and he will take strike 1 from Andrew Heaney. All right, I have a little trivia question for you. You want to play?
Do I ever want to play? Yes.
I love it. Beltré homered in the 2nd inning. Gave him 15 home runs for the year. That's now, can you believe it, 18 seasons in his career with 15 or more home runs. There are 10 other major leaguers in history who have had as many as 18 seasons with 15 or more home runs.
Wow. 18 seasons?
18 seasons.
Wow.
So you want to guess?
Yeah, 10's going to be tough. Babe Ruth. Willie Mays. Hank Aaron knocked out those 3 real quick.
This one fouled back. It's 2-2.
Do you not have the list in front of you?
I had the list right in front of me, and Babe Ruth is not on that list.
What?
Hank Aaron is on that list. Who else did you say?
Willie Mays.
Willie Mays is on the list.
Ken Griffey Jr. No.
Yes, Ken Griffey Jr. on the list.
All right, 7 to go. Alex Rodriguez? No.
Bouncer, right side. Coward throws out Beltré for out number 1. Who did you say?
A ball just came just past first base from the stands. I wonder if a kid threw it.
Not going to get it back, I can tell you that. Oh, he is going to get it back.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Well, the umpire didn't throw it to a kid. And that guy's taking it. It's quite the mystery.
You see my baseball? Yeah, there it is.
Maybe she threw it, which you're allowed to.
Once. You get 1. Gallo takes a strike here. 1 out. 6th inning.
She trying to do it again?
Yeah.
She's a gamer. You can't keep her down.
Yeah.
She's here to play.
Tell you what, we'll save this one for you. You do this at home. 1-1.
All right, so we got 6 left?
Yeah.
Was that little guy? I thought there was a little girl in there.
There was a little girl in there, too.
She's out. And he gets it now.
Yeah.
Well done.
He knew to hold it.
Well done.
Sister,
Red Pants isn't having it.
Not interested. 1-2 the count.
By the way, I mentioned with Andrew Heaney, kind of got to that one pretty quickly, facing Joey Gallo. Has not allowed a home run to a lefty since 2016. Anthony Rizzo.
Rizzo. 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. 2 away.
All right, so I got 6 left.
Why would what did you get? You got Griffey, you got Hank Aaron.
Willie
you got
Mays.
Mays and A-Rod.
I said A-Rod.
Yeah.
Jim Thome.
No Jim Thome.
How?
Thome 17 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Emily, you have a guess?
Pujols?
Pujols is on the list, 18 seasons.
Look at you, show off.
I tried to text you, CJ. Look at your phone.
I mean, one of the easiest.
I love that. I'm assuming that is a autocorrect. It didn't go well, the first one you sent me. I'm guessing if you try to type in Pujols, it will autocorrect to uphold. That's what it says. I never heard of him. All right. So that's 5.
Yeah. Chirinos fouls one away. One guy used to hit a lot of home runs in October.
Dave Winfield. He's Mr. May. Sorry, that's what George Steinbrenner called. Okay, Reggie Jackson. Mel Ott.
Mel Ott, number 10. Who's feeding you that?
Nobody.
Okay. That's good.
My brain.
All right. So Mel Ott, yep.
My omega-3, I take it.
He did it 18 times. So you've got Mel Ott, Willie Mays, A-Rod, Pujols, Reggie, Griffey, Hank Aaron, 3 left.
3 left to go. Sammy Sosa didn't do it.
Sammy Sosa did not do it.
How about Big Mac? I don't think he got there. His came in a shorter period of time.
Nope. I'll tell you this one. One of them.
Oh, Mickey Mantle?
One of them is not in the Hall of Fame. Mantle did not do it. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chirinos strikes out and the inning is done. Barry Bonds, Eddie Murray, and Frank Robinson. All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 2. 2-2 our scores. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, final season at Globe Life Park next year. Hard to believe. Full and half season tickets are on sale now. And as a 2019 season ticket holder, one of the benefits is you will then secure your place in line for season tickets in the new Globe Life Field, which opens in 2020. Retractable roof, air conditioning, the whole thing. You can get your tickets at TexasRangers.com/seasons or call 972-RANGERS. Jeffrey Springs checks in here in the 6th inning for the Rangers.
It's been a really good run here for the left-hander in his rookie season. 16 games and 28 strikeouts to 29 in 2/3 innings. That nice ERA, and he's got the fastball, slider, curveball, changeup does Springs, and he's done a good job against right-handers this year. He's got some backward splits. 210 against the righties, 323 against the lefties, but he gets Shohei Ohtani here in the 6th.
First pitch in there, strike 1. Ohtani 1 for 2. Pulls this one to the first base side. That profile will win the race to first. Wow. There was a confluence of 3 guys coming hard at that bag, and Profar got the foot in there and got the heck out of there.
Yeah, probably a pretty good idea when you have Shohei Ohtani coming down the line. This is a big guy and he moves quick. And getting that timing down is really important coming out of that left-handed batter's box. You see him here. And good job by Joseph Profar. I think thought he had it easily, then realized, well, maybe not that easily. But he still was able to beat Ohtani to first base.
Strike to Andrelton Simmons. 1 out. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. A little tight, not as dramatic as it might have appeared. Simmons went bending backward, 1-1. Simmons 0 for 2, although he did reach on an error back in the 2nd inning. And into a double play in the 4th. Be a little surprised if Simmons didn't swing at this pitch almost regardless where it ends up. There it is. Bouncer down the line, foul.
Well, he's one of those guys that even though if you get behind in the count, you know if you make a pretty good pitch, especially with an off-speed pitch, there's a decent chance you can get an out because he's going to be aggressive, and he's probably going to be even more aggressive ahead in the count, swinging hard. He always does. And we saw Mendez do a nice job of that, locating that changeup down and away. Behind in the count, Jeffrey Springs certainly aware of that.
Did he hold up? Whoa.
Wow.
He did on the appeal. First base umpire Brian Knight said he didn't go. That, I don't know. That was pretty close from up here.
I think Springs thought so as well, so he's taking a little bit longer, but we'll look at that swing there and say, yeah, he offered it back.
Now the payoff. Draw the walk. Doesn't do that often. 34th time this year. And Simmons is a base runner. Now, we've mentioned it. The season winding down. Our progressive upcoming schedule. Tomorrow night, we're in Seattle. And tomorrow and Friday nights, our pregame coverage will begin at 8:30 here on Fox Sports Southwest. An hour earlier on Saturday. And then Sunday, afternoon baseball. And coverage will start at 1:30 Central Time. Check in on Simmons.
The one thing with Jeffrey Springs, he showed you his numbers, and he has thrown the ball well. The numbers are really good. But half of his earned runs came in that one game against the San Diego Padres, that walk-off grand slam. He allowed 5 runs in that game. Otherwise, you're looking at a 1.55 ERA. He's thrown 29 2/3 coming into this one. The other 29 innings outside of the 2/3 in which he allowed 5. I know you can't do that, but he's got a shorter amount of innings, and so the ERA can get up there a little bit if you have that one bad outing, at least early on, while you're compiling your innings. But overall, the numbers have been really, really good. You're going to have those bad ones, and he bounced back from that really nicely. So 4 1/3 shutout since then.
Fastball there to even the count at 1-1 on Jeffrey Marte. Springs doesn't have overpowering stuff, and yet he does get a lot of strikeouts, or at least has in his career. Simmons off first. And this one low and in. It's 2-1.
28 strikeouts to 29 2/3. We showed you that. So about 8.5 strikeouts per 9. That's a really good rate. And the thing for him, I think, the Rangers will have to evaluate. Not can he pitch in the big leagues. I think he's proven that. Without a doubt, he certainly can, and he can be impactful. The question becomes, is he better off in these kind of roles? And they've seen a lot of Jeffrey Springs in multiple inning outings, and he's been good in those spots. And that might be the role for him. Only once has he thrown less than an inning. That was that game in San Diego. So I don't think you look at him as a left-handed specialist. I think you look at him as a middle guy, pitching close games on the winning side of the ball, but to give you more than an inning. And that's a good thing. Obviously, you want to be able to get both lefties and righties out, but if you can have your manager's confidence to know that you can stay in that game, that he can count on you, not just to face lefties, he'll leave you in there against some good righties. That's kind of position A for any left-handed reliever.
Two and 2 on Marte. 214 hitter. And that is strike 3 called. Marte down looking, and there are 2 gone.
Good fastball here from Jeffrey Springs with some good life. Got good carry to it. Through the glove. We talked about that a lot, and that often ends up referencing, or at least getting backed up by some pretty good spin rate. But you see Marte just had a hard time in that spot. That fastball jumped on him. It's not so much about the velocity. It was at 92 miles an hour, which is a good fastball. Marte couldn't see it.
So Briseño swings and misses at strike 1. Our Kubota power stats is Rangers bullpen lately has been on a nice run. Last 3 games, an ERA of 0.73. That's over 12 innings. Springs and Sadzik so far an inning and a third scoreless, a couple of walks. This one out to right center field. Outfielders were deep, but dropped in for a base hit. Anderson Simmons goes to third. And the Angels have him on the corners.
Take a look at the pitch here. Pretty good one down over the middle of the plate. That was a really nice approach from Briseño. As you see him drive this ball to right center field. That's the approach you want to see from the righties against lefties, but for Jeffrey Springs, that's a pretty good pitch down in the zone.
So Taylor Ward, he homered in the 5th inning. He takes inside. Final game of this series. Final time these two teams will play one another this year. This season series already clinched by the Angels and won the count. Angels have taken 12 of the head-to-head meetings. The only team this year that has taken more games from the Rangers than the Oakland A's. They took 13. And the Angels still have that opportunity here tonight. The Rangers trying to get a win out of this one. 1-2 the count. Some close, lower scoring games in the first two. This one following suit. Here it comes, and Ward lifts this one high in the air. Not going to carry for him. Tochi is back there, and he's the captain. He gets it, and the inning is over. So Springs strands a pair. We go to the 7th inning, still tied at 2.
Session Ale.
Beautiful shot from up above. And outside the Big A here in Anaheim. 2-2 our score. And in this 7th inning, Rangers will go to work. Kiner Falefa to lead things off.
Andrew Heaney, by the way, 10 strikeouts so far this evening. That is the 6th time now that he has done it in his career. 5 of them happened this year. Strikeout rate has really picked up for Andrew Heaney. He struck out 12 against the White Sox earlier this month. That was his career high. He's got 10 against the Rangers. You see the pitch count there at 90. I don't know how much further they'll push him. He's got an outside shot at least of tying that career high.
2-1 the count. Well, we started the broadcast talking about how the Rangers have really done well against him lately. Tonight, Heaney is struck back well. This one down into that right field corner, and positioned that way was Calhoun. He makes the play. Heaney by inning tonight, and a couple pitches in that 2nd inning, but otherwise it would appear that things have been pretty easy for him.
That was a strange inning because the Rangers had 3 hits, including that Adrián Beltré home run, but he also struck out the side.
This one on the inside corner to Carlos Tochi, who has a base hit, has also bounced back to the mound. Tochi getting the chance tonight in center field. Don Wakamatsu has done a good job of making sure everybody gets opportunities. Chu not in the lineup today for the Rangers. He just kind of needed a day off and probably will not play tomorrow, as Tochi lofts this one out to center field, and there are 2 away. We'll see 4 left-handed starters in Seattle. At least that's the way it lines up at the moment. And so Wakamatsu felt like with tonight and then the late travel and a left-hander tomorrow might be a chance to get Chu a couple of days in a row to reset a little bit. Here's Jerks and Profar. Profar's had a good night. 2 for 3, including his 20th home run. Chase that one. 0-2. So Heaney looking for strikeout number 11. Profar would like to make sure he doesn't get it. He takes outside 2-2. Bouncer at third base. Ward right there. It's a 1-2-3 for Heaney. He's retired 9 in a row. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. They'll stand and stretch here. This ball game tied at 2. Spirit year-round. Stock up on your Rangers gear now at our team stores. Check out the Rangers team store in Fort Worth at Sundance Square, or at the Majestic Grand Slam gift shop inside Globe Life Park. Get all your holiday gifts early. Get yourself outfitted for the fall.
A Dave Raymond game-used headset.
Oh,
they have those?
Man. Hours and store information is all online. TexasRangers.com/retail. How much do you think they can get for a set of those?
Well, I mean, alone they're pretty expensive.
They are kind of expensive.
But game-used? Your dried saliva on it, probably.
Michael Hermosillo is pinch hitting here for Coward. Next offering, that one in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Hermosillo having a nice month of September. 385 for the month with a home run. Pulls that one foul, very foul. 1-2. We'll see the numbers for the year for Hermosillo.
You think that's going over our
Yeah,
headsets as loud as it is in our ears?
My guess is folks at home could hear a little bit of that in-house PA that just announced the paid attendance. And it's sort of important, the word paid there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them may have paid and just chosen to do something else with the night. So it would appear.
You know, the Marlins this year have been announcing their actual attendance.
That's dicey for a team like the Marlins.
Quite a few games under 10,000.
Well, Springs gets his second strikeout of the night.
Hey, good job here. Watch where the Torino's glove is and expanding the zone against a pinch hitter. It's a really nice job on that pitch. And the swing and miss out of the zone. And Jeffrey Springs has looked sharp tonight.
So 1 out and back to the top of the order. 2 runs, 7 hits for the Rangers, 2 runs, 4 hits for the Angels, and the first pitch in there for a strike. Calhoun walked his last time up. The other 2 times, a couple of deep fly ball outs, and early in the game, the Angels hit a couple of balls pretty well. Several took Tochi or Gallo right back to the wall. He also happened to get a home run today by Taylor Ward. Now you could argue that the Rangers, dodged a couple of bullets early on.
Well, there's no doubt that under Mendez was Pitching himself in and out of trouble. We talked about that a lot, but he made the pitches when he had to make them to keep this game close.
Profar off to his right, makes the play, gets Calhoun, and that's 2 away. Time for a Chevy game break. We check in with John Radigan. Yeah, thanks, John. Of course, the win today by the Brewers clinches a playoff position for both the Cubs and the Brewers, although they still have to figure out the division race. All right. Meanwhile here, a pitching change. Chris Martin will be coming on for the Rangers in a 2-2 game. All right, here you look at the 2018 postseason as it sets up right now. The A's and Yankees, we still aren't certain yet who will host. The Indians and Astros on the American League side. Of course, the Red Sox in waiting to face the winner of the wild card. National League, Dodgers and Braves, if it ended right now. And then, of course, you have the Cubs, Cardinals, and Brewers in the mix for the rest of it. And then you just have to figure out Cubs and Brewers. So how about this? Anthony Castrovents, he works for MLB.com.
I've heard of him.
Great job. He pointed out with the Brewers clinching today, they're in the playoffs in some form or another. And their broadcaster, of course, the great Bob Uecker.
Yep.
There is a real possibility now that Uecker could broadcast the Indians in a World Series.
Oh, my.
A la Major League, the great movie and one of the great portrayals of all time of a broadcaster in a movie, Harry Doyle. That would be fantastic. Well, 2 out here, and Chris Martin takes over to face Mike Trout.
Maybe not a ratings bonanza.
Maybe not.
Milwaukee, Cleveland, but certainly that'd be a fun one to watch, both of those franchises.
Trout 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. Martin yanks that one off the plate. A ball and a strike. Mike Trout, over 19% of his plate appearances since the beginning of last season.
And that is an amazing walk rate.
And more than twice league average.
D. Gordon's walk rate, you'd think, oh, D. Gordon, not a power guy. He can run. He probably can walk a little bit. That's a negative. 1.5% walk rate this year for D. Gordon, which is it's the lowest in Major League Baseball.
He's still in single digits, right?
By
still has 9?
1.5%. Oh, total walks? I don't know. His walk rate. It's pretty low.
Downstairs, 2-2, Trout.
Miguel Andujar is in the top 10. I bring that up only because 4.1%. How much that will come into play. He's having a good year. Not a great defender. Is that Rookie of the Year conversation between him and Shohei Ohtani? Think voters, I mean, we know we dig into stats more now than ever. Do you think they care, though?
About the defense? Or
No,
the walk
about the walk rate. I mean, on base percentage, yes, but.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, as much it affects that.
Like, really, really low.
2-2. Check swing, and Trout just does get a piece of that one.
That's essentially 1 out of every 5 plate appearances going back to last year. Mike Trout has drawn a walk. That's incredible.
And by the way, D. Gordon still at 9 walks. 9 walks for a year.
I mean, you gotta we're gonna have a chance here, right? I mean, months if he didn't walk. Oh, nice.
Trout strikes out, and that ends the inning. So Martin does a great job. Comes in and gets the big man, and we're through 7, tied at 2.
It's a nice job here by Chris Martin in a big spot. Goes to the slider and gets Mike Trout to chase it out of the zone.
And we look look ahead to that series in Seattle to begin tomorrow night. And our Ford probables for the Rangers: Arado, Martin Perez, Adrian Sampson, and Giovanni Gallardo scheduled to go Thursday through Sunday, respectively. And so that will be it. No openers currently scheduled to be employed. And now here is Rougned Odor to start this 8th inning. So this might be the big opportunity here for the Rangers. 2, 3, and 4 coming up this inning.
And Andrew Heaney out of the game, which I think is a really important development. He had a really nice night here for the Angels with his 10 strikeouts to just 1 walk and 7 innings of work. So you're going to try to get to Alvarez, who is also having a pretty good year and is a tough lefty.
First pitch fouled away. Meanwhile, new second baseman in the game for the Angels, Sherman Johnson. We've seen this last couple of nights. And there is Jose Alvarez making his 76th appearance.
Yeah, he's been good. You see the overall opponent's average of 220 for Alvarez this year. 209 against the lefties, 235 against the right-handed hitters.
0-2 the count now on Odor.
All right, since 1990, minimum 500 plate appearances, the least amount of walks in a season.
9.
Nope, 8. 1997. This player played with 2 teams, with the Cubs and the Pirates.
Odor takes downstairs. 1 and 2. I need more than that.
Since 1990, 1997, Chicago Cubs, Pittsburgh Pirates. Shawan Dunston.
Wow. 8?
8.
How many?
At minimum 500 plate appearances.
How many had that year?
He had 490 at bats, so I'm guessing he had 400. I said a couple of sac flies in there. Barely had 500 plate appearances. But D. Gordon's 9 would be second all time, since 1990.
Yeah, because he's closing in on 590 plate appearances.
Yeah, his plate appearances are way higher. Another former Ranger had 9 walks in a season, but not with the Rangers.
Odor hits this ball well out to center field. Trout back near the wall, and he has room. 1 out here in the 8th inning.
Marine layer? Thought he got it.
Oh, I did too.
It sounded good off the bat. I think Rougned Odor thought that one might have had a chance as well. Now, of course, we're so used to these balls in right center field in Texas getting a little bit of extra carry. A lot of them go into the bullpen. I think Ruby thought this one was going to be close off the bat. He usually knows when he gets them. As you see Trout getting that one just barely on the track.
So 1 out. Elvis Andrus 0 for 3.
When Pudge was with the Tigers in 2007, he had 9 walks.
Interesting. Well, we were kind of joking earlier with D. Gordon playing with Seattle, and that'll be a team. The Rangers finish their season. We'll have a chance to see him conclude this year, see if he stays at less than 10 walks for the season. A ground ball shortstop. Hamilton Simmons with some time throws out Elvis 2 away.
You said he has 590 plate appearances?
Yeah, he's got a chance. He's already top 5 all time in terms of most plate appearances with less than 10 walks in a qualified season, and he's got a chance to finish as high as 2nd all time. Art Fletcher is the all-time record holder. 1915. Art Fletcher had 602 plate appearances, and he walked 6 times.
Wow. 602?
602 plate appearances, 6 walks.
That's amazing.
But all that aggressive swinging and that approach for Art Fletcher did result in 3 home runs. So.
Yeah. So D. Gordon right now is 5th all time, right?
4th currently.
Oh, 4th.
fouled away by Mazzara. Think about that. He's 4th in the history of the game.
Oh, did they not count Charles Comiskey in 1886? Is he on your list?
They should have, because it was from 1871 on. Yeah. How many do you have for Comiskey? Strike makes it 1 and 2 on Mazzara.
So I'm just looking at his plate appearances at 588.
Yeah, 588 would put him.
Are you sure Dee Gordon's got 590?
585.
Yeah.
But Comiskey's not showing up on my list. Maybe you've got some
Trying to do it from memory.
Different information. Little tapper back toward the mound, and Alvarez. That's for 1, 2, 3, 8th inning. And so now the last of the 8th, and we are still tied at 2.
Profar is having a good evening. He hit home run number 20 for him on the season. He's also done a pretty nice job defensively over at first base. He scoops this one out of the dirt. The throw there from Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. And then he got into this race with Shohei Ohtani that he was able to win by, I don't know, about a half a step. Jurickson Profar moving all around the field defensively this year. He's had a nice year offensively as well, and it's been a good night for him here in Angel Stadium. Career high 20 home runs. Just really been an overall good season for Profar. The opportunity to play. Emily Jones talked about that earlier. That was kind of goal number 1, getting those at bats. He's gotten them and he's really performed.
All right, well, now bottom of the 8th inning. Still a 2-2 ball game. Justin Upton will lead it off. The first pitch was in there for a strike. Martin got a strikeout of Trout to in the 7th. Appears again here in the 8th inning. And he's got a little gauntlet to run through here. Upton, Shohei Ohtani, and Andrelton Simmons. Well, we may see the left-hander against Ohtani. 1-1.
So we get to the bottom of the situation. Charlie Comiskey, you had 9 walks or less. I had 10 or less. You did have 10 that inning. And if you get a minute, go to his baseball reference page because he's one of the greatest pitchers you've ever seen. Looks like he's wearing a Whataburger hat. Or he just got out of jail.
2-1. Well, he was part of the Black Sox scandal in 1919, right?
Who's the owner?
I mean, maybe he is wearing stripes.
I don't think he threw the Red Sox.
Maybe he had them thrown.
He seemed pretty upset about it in 8 Men Out. Greatest baseball movie ever.
Oh, come on.
It's up there.
It's not the greatest ever.
Top 3.
2-2.
You're a for love of the game kind of guy, aren't you?
Well, I mean, that wouldn't be in my top 5, but I enjoyed the movie.
Bull Durham.
Bull Durham.
Is your 1?
Oh. It's my 1. I like The Natural.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I like Major League.
Die Hard.
Oh, we're talking Christmas movies? There's a strikeout looking as Upton takes one right on the edge, and there's one away. Check in with Emily Jones.
And talking to Elvis Andrews about kind of looking back on his season, asked him if it was one of his more frustrating ones, and he looked at me like I was crazy. Of course it was, because he spent so much time on the DL, his first time to be on the DL in his career. But he said it did teach him a lot of things as far as perspective on the game. And he said also too paying closer attention to what's going on in the clubhouse. It said so much of energy is focused on the field stuff when he was healthy that he did never take a chance to kind of step back and look at that stuff. And now that it's a possibility that Adrián Beltré could be gone and he could be sliding into that role and taking on more of a predominant leadership role. He said that those moments were huge. That time was huge for him to kind of take a step back and really evaluate what was going on within that clubhouse.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. The season's going on, and sometimes it's hard to pick up on those little things when you're not playing and you're observing a little bit more. And that's one of those situations where, of course, you don't wish you missed any time, but maybe that'll pay some dividends down the road. Is whenever that time comes, if it's next year or the year after, when Adrián Beltré steps aside, it'll be Elvis Andrews who will be looked at as the guy leading that clubhouse. I think Ruben will be right there with him. But a chance to really observe the guys, what goes on, maybe some of the conversations, the preparation, maybe some areas where he can encourage guys, all of that. A good opportunity for him to take that in.
2-1 on Ohtani.
How many times do you think this year one pitcher has come in and struck out? Trout, Upton, and Ohtani consecutively. Chris Martin's got a chance here.
It might be the one. Here it comes. Over the count at 2-2. 95 miles per hour with that fastball from Martin. First blush, I mean, just, would you guess it hasn't happened?
I don't know. I think about the good strikeout starters that maybe have had an opportunity. Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, Chris Sale.
Well, part of it is those three have to appear in the lineup in success like that too.
Not a ton of opportunities.
2-2. Ohtani gets a piece of it. Last of the 8th in a 2-2 game. Ohtani 1 for 3 tonight. Martin has struck out the 2 batters he has faced so far. Here it comes. And this one in the air out to left field. Back on it, Gallo near the wall, and that one is off the top of the fence. And a home run for Ohtani. His 22nd of the year, and he has given the Angels the 1-run lead. And he continues to be trouble for the Rangers.
This guy has really turned into a pretty incredible hitter. What we've seen, what a change from spring training as he gets the fastball that is middle away. Watch this thing hit the top of the wall. Joey Gallo tried to go up and get it and bring it back. Tremendous effort by Joey Gallo. Not much he can do, though, at that point. 96 miles an hour on that fastball from Chris Martin.
Ohtani, 22 home runs for the year, nearly a third of them. 6 against the Rangers. Wakamatsu now to take the baseball from Chris Martin. The Rangers have a new pitcher coming on. The score here in the last of the 8th inning, and Alex Claudio coming on out of the bullpen.
You see the left-hander now, game number 65 for Alex at ERA at 4.54. Good strikeout to walk ratio. And of course, with Alex, it is that two-seam fastball, the changeup, the slider that we see from him so often. In this spot right now is 264 against left-handed hitters, 284 against the righty. But Don Wakamatsu knows he can use him against both. That great changeup has been such a neutralizer to right-handed hitters.
Andrelton Simmons, first pitch swinging, rolls it out to shortstop. Elvis Andrews throws it right over the first in time. One away. Brother True. All right. Let's take a little moment here once again from the folks over at Kia.
At Kia, get America's best value backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
So with 2 gone, Jeffrey Marte comes to the plate for the Angels. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Claudio got Simmons to ground out of the first pitch. His next 2 are in there for strikes to Marte. Typical of Alex Claudio. He doesn't waste a lot of time. Goes right after guys.
Fills up the zone. 66% strikes for him this year, about 3% above league average. And that's been a little bit of an issue for the Rangers tonight. Mendez only threw 49% strikes. Connor Sadzik right at 50% for him. So you can count on Alex Claudio to come in and throw strikes.
The 1-2. Fouled away. So bottom of the 8th inning of the home run by Ohtani breaks the 2-2 tie. Rangers still have one more shot at it. Their first run came on a Beltré homer in the 2nd. Their second run came on a Profar home run in the 5th. 2 runs on 7 hits. It's low. It's 2-2. Angels 3 runs on 5 hits. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Claudio. He makes light work of the 2 outs needed. Adrián Beltré will lead things off. Last chance for the Rangers when we return.
Is built for baseball, and Adrian hit a big home run to dead center field. 439 feet for the future Hall of Famer. Adrián Beltré, listen, there's no doubt, he is absolutely built to play this game. One of the greatest third basemen this game has ever seen, and we're going to get to see him hit here in the 9th inning.
He will lead things off against Jim Johnson, the new pitcher in the ball game for the Angels. Johnson making his 61st appearance.
Getting an opportunity here to close things out for the Angels. No real designated closer on this club, even though they have 75 relievers. One that is considered, might be an exaggeration, not by much. But it's been a good year. Now you see the lower strikeout total. He is a sinker ball pitcher. He's got a good one, good movement on that fastball, good downward action. You see Adrian 1 for 3 against Jim Johnson in his career. Adrian, pretty surprised that that pitch was just called a strike, and in a 1-run game, just regardless of score, that's a tough call.
Well, the reality with the Angels is they have had some trouble closing out games this year. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Okay, comes up empty. 1-2 the count. They've blown, what was it, 27 saves this year?
Something like that. Had 9 different guys this year that have saves. Blake Parker with most of them at 14.
Bouncer, third base. Only time for Ward. 1 out in the 9th.
Take a look at our Ford game summary for this evening, and Shohei Ohtani came up big in the bottom of the 8th inning against Chris Martin. 95-mile-an-hour fastball that was middle away. Look at that short stroke from Ohtani. It hit the top of the wall, just got out into the Ranger bullpen, and that has been the difference in this one. Just a 3-2 ball game. One of 4 home runs that we have seen this evening. One of 4 solo home runs that we've seen this evening. 5 runs, 4 of them via the solo home.
6 of his 22 home runs this year against the Rangers. Joey Gallo just watched a pretty good breaking ball for a strike and now lays off that one way out of the zone. 1-1 the count. Gallo 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Hit his 40th home run here last night. A little high. 2-1. Good hitters count now for Gallo. He can gear up, and he more than likely will. He's up there to take big swings. And at 3-1, he can look for that pitch. Whatever it is that he wants, Johnson wastes no time. And a swing and a miss, so it's a full count. payoff. We'll do it again. Jim Johnson, good history as a closer, certainly familiar enough territory for him. And this Angels team out of contention, long out of contention. Call. He strikes out Gallo, 2 away. Not exactly the most tense of opportunities for him, but so far so good for Johnson. 2 quick outs. And now Robinson Chirinos will be the last hope for the Rangers. Robbie 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts tonight.
So after the Profar home run, it's been 14 straight. Sat down against the Rangers. It was the last runner to quote-unquote reach. And that was in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Heaney retired the last 9 he faced after that Profar homer. Alvarez, perfect last inning, and now 2 up, 2 down for Johnson. 1 strike pitch. Ooh, a high strike call. It's 0-2.
Tough call, similar one that Adrián Beltré had called on him, but these look like they're up and out of the zone. That's a tough pitch that they call it.
Johnson's 0-2 pitch and a swing and a bouncer down to third base. Backhand stopped by Ward. His throw a good one, and this one is over. Well, the Rangers went quietly after that 5th inning. Johnson picks up the save, and the Angels sweep this series. They win their 13th against the Rangers this year. 3-2 our final score.
The second night in a row the Rangers out-hit their opponent. But lost the game.
John Radigan, David Murphy, and Mike Bassett ready back in the studio to bring you all the breakdown and player reaction from this one. For CJ Nikowski, Emily Jones, our entire crew, I'm Dave Raymond. Thanks so much for watching tonight. Stay with us. More coverage of Rangers baseball right after this.